Hey guys, I'm James Danley. Welcome back for November 2025, our market update for the city of Birmingham, 48009. I want to give you guys some quick market stats. We didn't have a lot of sales activity in November this year, pretty minimal, so I'm just going to go through some data with you guys and then highlight my top 3 favorite sales from the month because I was struggling to come up with 5 that I actually liked. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we're looking at some of the market data. We're going to start with median sales price. So this is the median sales price. The green line is for Birmingham over the past 3 years versus the rest of the entire MLS, which is our whole region. So just year over year from this November to last November, the median sales price actually went down by 4.1% from this month last year in Birmingham. That's a big shift from what we've seen the past 4 or 5 years where prices have been continuously climbing. We're going to notice here months of inventory. So the months of inventory is up to about 2.7 months, which is still technically a seller's market. It's about a 12.5% increase. It's up 12.5% from last year. And that falls in line as well with the number of homes for sale is up 12.5% from last year. So we're seeing a slowdown. Median sales price is down year over year. Months of inventory is up. Number of homes for sale is up. The pending home sales is also down by 6%. Number of properties that have gone pending or under contract in that month. And the number of closed homes is down about 3.8%. Now, here's the big one that's striking. We've had a lack of activity. And so the showings per listing is down substantially, 18.8%. So we have almost 20% less showing activity per listing than we did this month last year. And this is something we've kind of felt throughout this last quarter. Market instability, interest rate challenges. I think people are questioning the economic outlook, which we always have some seasonality in Michigan, but this year it's been a little bit extreme compared to the last few. So you can see from those stats, less showing activity, pricing's down a little bit, inventory's up, homes for sales up. Although it's still not a substantial amount of inventory, it's still technically a seller's market. Buyers are just being much, much pickier about the product that they're selecting and what they're buying. And so we'll see what happens next year in the beginning of 26. Usually after middle of January, the market picks up. We get a lot of economic activity. Again, where people are done with the holidays, they start looking and hunting both for job relocations, housing moves for the year. And the first quarter in Michigan is usually one of our better quarters for real estate sales. So we'll see if this trend continues or if it turns around and it was just a seasonality with this being the end of the year in 2025. So that being said, I cherry-picked a few of my favorite sold comps from the month of November. So let's get started with number 3. So number 3, 1595 South Ashford Lane, Unit 5. This was a great buy. Property hit market. It wasn't on market very long, less than 31 days. Very aggressive. They originally listed it at 900. Quickly did price reductions. It was essentially an estate situation. This is a unique product because it's a first floor primary. Just on the north end of Birmingham, there's a small development here which has first floor primary suite properties with a community. This is the first one in, so it's right on Corton, which is why it took a huge price discount. But literally the house directly behind it sold for $1.75 million last year, and they're putting $1 million into it, so they're in for about $275. And this one, because it's on a high traffic road and because of the timing and the market opportunity, buyer stole it for $750. Unbelievable purchase. It is completely original. It's not in as good a condition as the other unit that sold last year, but 3,165 square feet above grade, 2,000 below. It's essentially a 2-bedroom ranch with an attached garage, which in Birmingham is very coveted. The neighborhood and community is very nice. Everything has to have cedar shake roofs. They've got good standards with regards to the exterior curb appeal. And as you can see, this product is essentially the same as it was when it was built in the 80s. And it was the first one in the community, in the neighborhood, to be built. The buyer, I'm sure, is going to go into this and spend over $1 million renovating it as well, to do proper cosmetic updates and renovate the spaces. But overall, in Birmingham, there's a huge demand for first floor primary product. Doesn't exist. Very hard to find. And this one, just because of the time in the market, end of the year, people are busy for holidays, not paying attention. Someone was able to steal this and got a really, really good buy. In hindsight, I wish that I would have bought this. But nice size primary suite, good size closets. There is a layout here I want to show you at the end of these photos. Lower levels, obviously, it looks like a 1980s, office space, but they're going to gut that entire space, I'm sure, reconfigure it, and it's going to be a really, really nice first floor primary, with the exception of it being on a high traffic road. That's really the major downside. Those other houses, although directly behind, are sheltered with trees, and they feel kind of nestled and tucked into the community. So here's the layout, lower level, basement, you have a decent amount of finished space. Here's that first floor, so you have that side entry attached to a car garage, laundry room, kitchen, dining, living room. So it's a nice space where that wall can come out and you can create a nice open great room. You have a nice dramatic foyer when you walk in the house, with a second formal living room, which could be an office. And then you've got two secondary, you have a master. You have the master right here, which has closet and bathroom space. And then you have the secondary bedroom here with closet and bathroom. So it's 2-bedroom, but really nice size primary, and a very coveted product that doesn't really exist in Birmingham, to have that ranch type product. So these guys are going to do well, whether they stay there and live there for a long time or they renovate it for resale. That was probably the best purchase of the month, in my opinion. On to number 2, 2106 Pembroke Road. This is a really good buy. Built in 2016, so 9 years old. I sold this the first time when it was originally built for the investment group that built and designed it. Helped with it a little bit. But Pembroke Park is a really nice neighborhood. We get a lot of buyers from out of state that buy here. Great park, nice restaurants close to the rail district here, and overall just a really nice neighborhood community. So this house was built in 2016. Jeffrey King did the interior design work. These lots are a little bit deeper than West of Woodward. They're 50 by almost 150, 50 or 149. And this house sold for $1.425 million, 3,515 square feet. So essentially $405 a square foot. And, you can tell it was designed 9 or 10 years ago with the color scheme, but overall great layout, like nice open L-shaped great room on the back of the house, mud room, detached garage, good size island. You have a butler's pantry and a walk-in pantry between the formal dining room and the kitchen. And most of the new construction in this neighborhood now has gone up to where it's in the 1.6, even up to 2.1. So at 1.4, you're getting a really good value, I think, with this floor plan. This is the formal office / living room up front, depending on how you want to use it. There's the dining room with that flow through butler's pantry back to the kitchen, the front of the house, and the foyer's over here. The living room's back there. Nice formal powder room. You do have you have 2 bedrooms that share Jack and Jill suite, which is large, nicely sized. good size laundry. Overall, like nice, clean design, fit and finish. Huge master dressing room. Nice size master bath with his and her shower heads. Overall, great design, great space, really nice master. It's nice and open on that second floor, like the loft area. It doesn't feel tight. Lower levels finished. So, yeah, overall, great design, great fit and finish for that price point, especially $400 a square foot to get newer construction at $1.425 million. It was a really good buy, and that's why that traded so fast. At 8 days on market, even though the rest of the market's been very, very slow. There have been a handful of products that have sold pretty quickly. And on to number 1, 1380 Pierce. This was a product that we sold, and really great house. I'll have more finished photos. We'll probably cover this again next month. This was the rendering that we did for the house, but it's unique. I want to talk about it because it's on a 50-foot lot, but it's close to downtown Birmingham. It's just south of Lincoln on Pierce. Downtown's right here. And so these lots on Pierce are deeper than the usual standard 50 by 130 lots that are west of Woodward. So it's a 150-foot deep lot. So that extra 20 foot of depth gives you a lot of room to play with on the floor plan. The thing we did differently here is historically with these 50-foot lots, you usually end up with a 2-car detached garage because the build restrictions in Birmingham to attach a front entry garage are that the width of the facade of the house has to be wider than the garage. They want the homes to look a certain way and not just be a big garage door. They want the home to be charming and to feel like a neighborhood. So because of that, if you try to attach a 2-car garage on a 50-foot lot, you have to tuck the garage behind the facade of the house, and then you can only fit 8-foot doors instead of 9-foot doors, and there's no space between. So you can really only fit 1 car in the garage in the right bay and only open the driver's side doors. You can't actually open the passenger side doors because there's no room to do so. So in most situations, that garage ends up being storage and you park in front of the garage. If you put a 2-car detached garage on a 50-foot lot, you got a pretty long walking proximity from the garage to the house on 150 foot of depth, and it eats up a large amount of your yard space. So this has just not been an efficient way to design a great floor plan on 50-foot lots. Either one of them have huge flaws and negatives, and so this is the first build design that anyone's done in Birmingham with a 1-car attached garage and a 1-car detached garage. And the reason why this design concept is superior is we were able to fit a large attached garage. So you can fit a full-size Suburban for mom and kids, open doors on both sides, fit a freezer in there in the garage space. And then you have a 1-car detached garage that dad can park in instead of being stuck on the street. And so you end up with a situation where you have 2 usable garages. Both people can park in the garage, and it opens up the entire backyard for yard space and gives you more square footage in the interior of the house that you can build above because you're now building above the garage. So we were able to essentially design this with 4,134 square feet above grade, another 1,100 in the lower level. We pre-sold it before it was done for just under $3.3 million. That is $798 a square foot. But premium new construction, really, really nice fit and finish. I'm going to show you guys the layout because it turned out really, really nicely. This is a larger scale version of the exterior rendering. So this is a Bauhaus type German architectural style. Very modern and yet timeless. So nice light sand colored brick. A lot of metal that Tom Myers did here and on the chimney cap. Detached garage, attached garage, and then a really cool 3rd floor rooftop deck with an outdoor fireplace with views downtown and views up and down Pierce Street, which is a beautiful street with no power lines intruding your views. So the layout, we ended up designing, turned out really, really nice. The first floor here, you got a nice foyer space which we ended up breaking up with some really nice accents. I'll show you guys photos next month. But nice large formal office study with a fireplace up front, tucked away powder room, co-closet, and then this really nice great room on the back of the house. Garage is almost 24 foot deep, so no problem for large trucks or large SUV, 12 foot wide. Tons of space to open the doors and fit like a freezer up here in the front of the garage for storage. Nice sized mudroom with access to the backyard for dogs or pets through that side entrance, and also from the detached garage. You can come right in. You got both enter into the mudroom. You have that drop zone space. You have a full prep kitchen and walk-in pantry off of the primary kitchen. And then because of the way we did the attached garage, we were able to fit a very large kitchen with the sink on the back window, so you have views into the backyard, which in these 50-foot lots you usually don't see. The sink usually ends up on the island based on the restrictions if you're building with either a 2-car detached or a 2-car attached garage. Huge dining space. We integrated a bar, family room. The overall layout on the first floor just turned out phenomenal. Same thing with the second floor. We were able to integrate 3-bedroom en-suites, a laundry, and a huge storage closet. We got a come up the stairs, nice landing space, walk-in closets for both bedrooms, full baths, huge storage closet off of the hallway, very large laundry, and then a monstrous master suite on the back of the house with 2 full dressing rooms. So amazing closet size. You have a nice formal entryway into the master bathroom. And once you see the photos, the design turned out phenomenal. Jeffrey King did all the interior design, and Brian Nieper actually did the architecture on this, and Lynch built it. Lower level turned out nice. 5th bedroom, full bathroom, full fitness room, nice size social room with a bar in the lower level as well. So great design. And then the best space of the house is this 3rd floor. Integrated another above grade bedroom, full bathroom. This loft space is being built into an office, and you have this monstrous rooftop deck with both private and like glass areas for sun tanning, lounging, entertaining, with an outdoor fireplace. So the overall floor plan just turned out phenomenal, which is why we ended up getting such a great price for the house. And it's probably going to change how people build on these 50-foot lots in Birmingham going forward. It was a great product. Once we get final interior photos, I will go back through this with you guys so you can see the interior of the house, but it turned out phenomenal. So that's it. Those are the top 3 favorite sold comps from the month of November. Stats are a little soft end of the year. We'll see how the beginning of 2026 turns out. But feel free to call, text, DM us with any questions. Again, we live, work, sell Birmingham. I'm James Danley. See you next month.